Welcome to Pick Me Up Sis podcast. Well, we here like to inspire and motivate and help and lead people to Christ, of course. Okay? But today we have on here, we've been talking about mental health and how people doubt themselves and how they're not believing in themselves. And we brought one of the best people that I know, and I say in the world. Well, I think she's my friend. But we brought mental health therapist Rakita Brown here with us.
Yes.
That has been in therapy for over 16 years? 16 years with us to talk about faith, fueling, healing, transforming your mental health.
Yes.
Yeah. So Rakita, what inspired you with this career of mental health?
Oh my goodness. So if I could think back years ago, I was inspired to be in mental health. Well, first my parents are pastors and preachers. So
Okay.
I grew up in a home where, I always saw them serving other people, helping them, and, they counsel people. So that's kind of what I was around growing up. And so when I initially started out in the school, I went to Winston-Salem State, and I was in the occupational therapy program. First, I wanted to be a nurse, and I did some training. And I was like, no, that's not for me. Then when I went to college, I was in the occupational therapy program.
Okay.
But funny thing about that, you have to take like comprehensive exams, and it's mix of different questions. And so I failed the mental health portion of the exam.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I failed that portion. And so I had to pick another major because I couldn't continue on with the program. And so I switched my major to something more like rehabilitation studies, which would lead me to, become a counselor. So I switched my major to that. And it's still within the helping field. I really enjoyed it, even though I went to college starting out with something else and I had to switch. When I did rehab studies, I was like, okay, this is a pretty cool major.
Yes.
So now I was like, okay, I'll probably have to go get my master's if I want to do counseling. So end up going to A&T, get my master's degree in counseling.
Okay.
Yes, Aggie Pride.
So we got Brown and Aggie. Okay. And they are robberies.
Okay, so I went to A&T and got my master's in counseling there, and then from there I did my internship, and just really always enjoyed helping people. Like when I can remember growing up as a little girl, I was the girl that everybody came to ask, Rakita, what should I do? So I always was helping people solve problems and listening to them. And so I guess it kind of found me too.
Yes.
So that's what inspired me to be a mental health counselor, and then just, seeing some things like in my extended family, dealing with, some of my family members dealing with substance abuse or other things, it just really led me to know that, okay, people can struggle with things, but they can still get through it with the right help and support.
And you know what? That is a good thing that you are well-rounded, for one. Because like you said, you went to college. At the same time, you can still help people that are your friends. You can still help family members. Not only that, you can help the ones that are called to you.
Exactly.
that God calls to you. And of course, I'm so happy we friends.
Yes,
You can help me.
Listen, we all need a little help sometimes. Yes, we all need help.
Oh my goodness. So I'm going to ask you,
Okay.
can you share some of the challenges you faced and how you overcome them?
Oh my goodness.
As a therapist, how do you get through? Yeah.
So, challenges is not, challenges are for everyone. We all go through different life challenges, but it's really about how you respond to those challenges and how you react to those. So, I faced many challenges in life. I've been married, having to start over. So my divorce was a challenge,
Oh, yeah.
So having to kind of start over because we own a business together.
Yes.
So, in our community, I was married. We own a thriving business together. So once that all kind of stopped and we got divorced, I had to figure out how do I continue on? How do I pivot? So for me, with helping other people, I have to make sure I take care of myself as well. And so I have to prioritize myself. I have to make sure that I'm good before I can pour into other people. So some of the things that have helped me to get through challenges is to just like do an assessment over my life and just figure out, okay, well, what's a priority? What really needs to be handled like right now? And I focus on that versus trying to focus on everything that's going on. Because you do have to prioritize, what's important and how do you work through that. And even though I may not have all the answers, it may be people in my circle that can support me in different ways, or I may have to pay for support. So it's just those are some different things and ways that I have got through some of my own personal challenges.
And
That's so good.
I will say, excuse me, Keisha, you want to say something?
No, that's good.
I will say, you handled it like a champ.
Thank you. Thank you.
I would say that because when I was doing your hair, when we would talk, I watched you and how you handled it, and also with your parenting, how you were transitioning, from those being in the same house and everything, and you still didn't drop the ball with your son.
Thank
So
you.
good.
Thank you.
You did an amazing job. So.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot to navigate and just like trying to figure out, okay, once, like then I was a bonus mom, stepmom as well. So just trying to figure out how to navigate all of that and still have a relationship with them and, take care of our son and co-parent, it can be difficult. Yeah.
And the assets and all that.
Figuring out, okay, how do you divide assets and all of that? And so
You did a good job.
thank you.
Yeah, I know I want to hug her. Well, how do you maintain a positive mindset during difficult times?
It can be hard to maintain a positive mindset. So I listen to, I'll read or listen to different audiobooks. I will, continue to think on what is the goal, why, what's my why, and so that helps me to maintain a positive mindset, because if you don't have purpose and you don't have meaning, it's going to be difficult to have a positive mindset when you're going through very difficult times, when life is just hitting you, like everything happening, like they say when it rains it pours, right? So it can be hard to maintain a positive mindset when you're facing so much adversity and so many challenges are coming up against you. But I take breaks when I need to, and I don't feel bad about that. I travel to take care of myself.
You do. She showed it. I just seen them.
It can be simple things like going out to have like a good meal and sitting down and not rushing. Hanging out with family and friends, trying to explore new activities, because sometimes life can be routine and we're just doing the same thing day in and day out, and that can become pretty mundane. So I just really try different things, and I continue to think on what is my why and what is my purpose. So that's how I maintain a positive mindset.
That's so good. That is so good. So what advice do you have for women striving to achieve their goals?
So advice that I have for women, because so first of all, as women, we wear so many hats. We're moms, we're wives, we're leaders. We're caregivers, and so for women who are trying to achieve their goals, I would say break them down into micro goals versus. I want to accomplish these 10 things, So figure out what's important, how you prioritize that, and then figure out how you're going to achieve that. Who do you need to help achieve that goal? Because sometimes, again, we don't have all the answers.
Right.
We have to reach out to other people for support. And don't be afraid to ask for the help. So that's
very true.
Yeah, a lot of times people are afraid just to even ask, and that keeps women stuck because they're like, okay, well, this person's doing so good, they're not going to have time for me, they're not going to help me. So even if they don't have time, they may know someone they can refer you to.
Yes.
So that's how I think women can achieve their goals, and write it down and then check them off as you achieve them.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's so good.
What about men too?
Yeah.
We don't want to leave the men out. Leave y'all out there. We love y'all.
Yes.
We need y'all.
Yes, we need the men.
Yes.
Okay? We need each other. So men can do the same thing. Sometimes, of course, men and women are different, but I encourage men to get with other strong, positive men and seek out that mentorship or that support that they may need to try to help reach their goals. A lot of times men will not ask for help.
No.
They will not ask for help.
Yeah.
So, sometimes they have to be nudged by maybe someone in their life that cares for them and say,
Yeah.
hey, why don't you think about doing this, or just
Right.
kind of giving them some different ways to look at it.
Yes.
So they won't think they're weak or,
I
yeah.
was just going to say that. And you have a son. I have identical twin boys. Wendy has a son.
Mhm.
So how do we help our sons at young ages
Yeah.
to grow up knowing that it is okay
It's okay.
to ask for help or to talk?
The talk, I think really just by having the conversation with our sons, like,
Okay.
okay, it's okay for you to talk about your feelings.
Yes.
It's okay if you're angry. Let's talk about why you're angry. I think we need to normalize those conversations versus looking at it as a taboo. Like, okay,
Yes.
you got to hold whatever you're feeling in. So I think the conversations start at at home. They start at home.
That's
Mhm.
true. Okay, so we do that. So I keep
Yeah,
going.
keep doing it.
Yeah, and then we also have to let them know that it's okay to be emotional at times.
Exactly.
It's okay to express yourself.
Mhm.
Really, it's a form of strength.
It is.
Instead of just holding it in all the
I
time.
agree.
Like cry. Let me tell you, I will cry in a second. But I'm not a man. But we want our men to know it's okay to cry.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It really is.
It shows strength.
Mhm.
And sometimes it's attractive.
Yeah.
The reason why I say that
it's
is,
honorable.
but no, the reason why I say that is because when a man is secure in himself, of how he views a situation or just his emotion, period, and when he wants to cry, to me, it shows strength.
Yeah.
It shows that, you know what, I'm confident enough that I can cry.
Yeah.
It's just us women, sometimes we have to make sure we're not making him feel bad when he does show his emotion.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because it make him shut down if later on you're going to say, all you doing is crying all the time. Like, what? Well, you cry too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's okay to cry, man.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
okay. It's okay.
And you heard it from the therapist. Okay?
That's it. Ricky,
Okay, can you share a defining moment or experience that shaped your journey?
So for me, I think just having to start over, that was a defining moment.
Yeah.
Because even though I was in adversity, it helped me to become resilient.
Yeah.
So it helped to build me. So everything that I went through helped me to become who I am today.
Yes.
So I don't, regret anything that I've been through, because it helped to shape me. It helped to give me more courage. It helped me to be more compassionate, with other people. And it helped me to not judge others. And so those are some things that really helped to shape me.
Yeah.
It's like a defining moment for me.
And that was a two question. Let me get the second part. How do you prioritize self-care and wellness in your daily life?
So daily life, self-care is something that you do have to do every day. We don't have the choice to wait till the weekend to take care of ourselves. So when I'm working with people or I'm speaking and just, encouraging other women, like, you have to include yourself in your daily schedule every day.
Yes.
You find, because self-care is different for everybody. So you have to find what works for you. I know years ago, people just used to think self-care was just wanting to get your nails done, your hair done. It's so much more than that. It's about, setting boundaries with people. Putting your phone on do not disturb. Just kind of sitting in nature and just sitting in silence, or not doing the laundry right now. So whatever self-care is for you, you have to do that. So I prioritize self-care by making sure that I'm intentional about, taking care of my physical health, my spiritual health, financial health. So it's so many different ways that I take care of myself.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
Thank you for that.
I know.
Yeah.
And if anybody is listening, you see, she gave us some gems on how to take care of our self-care.
Yeah.
And self-care is not just only about getting your nails and feet done and all of that. It's really caring for yourself.
Yeah, paying for your whole entire being.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
even including financial.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Because
so
if our finances are not right,
That's right. It messes with the mind.
it messes with our mind.
Yes.
Yeah. It
Yes.
causes stress. So we have to take care of all our whole being.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
So good. Okay, so what projects or initiatives are you currently working on?
So the projects that I'm working on, I have my book, my journal, Right to Heal, and so it's a mental health and wellness journal that I created for women. Men can use it as well, but journaling really helps with just processing our thoughts, our emotions, because sometimes we don't want to talk. We don't want to talk about it. So this journal really helps to prioritize your self-care and your mental health with it has affirmations in there. It also has positive quotes, as well as it has 30 prompts that ask you questions like, okay, what do I need today, or how can I help someone else feel good about themselves, or what do I need to feel good about myself. So it has various prompts to help with your wellness and self-care. So that's one project that I am continuing to work on. And I also have a coaching program for women who wants to learn how to take care of themselves. Because a lot of times women, we're burnt out, we're overwhelmed, we're stressed, and we're just not prioritizing ourselves. So this program focuses on teaching the tools and strategies to take care of themselves every day.
That's wonderful.
And it's called Restore Her. It's called
Oh,
Restore
that's
Her.
good. Restore her.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I know we're going to purchase one of these books.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Something that I'm excited about, it seems that if I'm having, I can take my time in this book.
Yes.
It's not like I don't have to rush through.
No, you don't have to. It's
questions or anything.
self-paced.
It's
You can take your
self-paced,
time.
yeah.
If you don't want to journal one day, that's totally fine, because you might not want to journal. You might not feel like it that day.
Yeah.
But you can take your time. You can turn on your favorite music,
Yes.
have your favorite beverage, and just take that time to relax and slow down.
Yeah.
That's the part that I want people to start to realize. We don't have to be in a rush to do things all the time,
Yeah.
because that causes additional anxiety. It causes us to be overwhelmed. So just take your time going from one appointment to the next, or one activity to the next, so your nervous system can calm down and be relaxed.
Mhm. Thank you for that, Keita. And where could they purchase this book from?
So this is on Amazon, and it's also
that's good.
so it's on Amazon, and then it's also on my website, righttohealbook.com.
Okay, righttohealbook.com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we just have 2 more questions.
Okay.
Well, we have 3. Can you offer insights on empowering women and men?
Yes. So really, to be empowered, we have to want to be coachable, teachable. We want to have a mindset of continued learning. So really just focusing on what's important to you. That's how you are empowered. But also, gleanings from other people. Because you have something I don't have. And so what can I learn from Wendy? What can I learn from, Lakeisha? And not looking at that person as a competitor or a competition, but how can we work together? That's empowerment to me. It's collaborating, it's gleaning from your brother or your sister, and, just really working together.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you stay motivated and focused on your goals?
So I stay motivated and focused on my goals really by, again, focusing on what's important, what's my why, what are future dreams that I want to achieve, and really writing those things down, because sometimes if we don't write things down, we're not, focusing on the vision and reflecting back to that. So what's important to me is I write things down that I want to achieve and see, okay, how am I going to get there, or have I met that goal, and just, and when we achieve those goals, celebrate it,
Yes.
Don't wait until, it's past, but like really just celebrate each milestone that you meet
Yes.
and each goal that you do achieve, because that's going to keep you going.
Yes.
It's going to keep you positive. It's going to keep you forward thinking on okay, well, what's next? What do I want to do next?
Yes.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, celebrate the little wins.
Yes, the little wins, because they make those
That's
big
right.
wins.
That's exactly right. That's so good.
Okay. Well, I have one personal question, then I'll go to this one.
Okay.
What is something that you would tell your younger self?
Something that I would tell my younger self is that life is going to happen. And it's okay to fail, because failure helps you to be successful.
Yes.
And it's okay to have bad days, but just don't stay there. Don't stay stuck. So that will be some things that I would tell my younger self, and to keep going.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that little girl, and it's a little girl might be out there.
Yeah.
So, what message would you like to share with our audience?
I would like to share with your audience to just encourage them to stay hopeful, regardless of what they are faced with. It's not as bad as it looks.
Oh, that's
It's not as bad as it looks or as it seems, and to surround yourself with people who love you and that support you and that don't care about what you're going through, but they're going to help you figure out, okay, what do we need to do? You need those types of people. And I would encourage people to, just really take care of themselves. If you need professional support, if you find yourself being depressed, sad, crying, having problems with your anger, go get that professional help that you need. And it's okay. In our community, sometimes we feel that, therapy, we're getting better now. We're getting better now. But, it's okay to have a therapist, because that therapist is going to help you to navigate those problems. They're going to help to teach you the skills that you need every day to get through life and those challenging moments.
Okay. Thank you so much for that, Rakia. And you know what? I'm glad that you said that, because, and I have expressed this on here before, I have experienced depression myself, and so at those times, I'm thankful that I did have my sister to talk to. I also, of course, I have a relationship with God, so I definitely
oh my God.
made sure, that I poured into myself, through him too, through what he says about me,
absolutely.
all those different things. But I'm also grateful for you being a God-fearing woman and being a therapist at the same time. Somebody out there is getting help. You've been at 16 years. Somebody getting help. Somebody getting some help in 16 years,
And you have to want the help. You have to want to be in a receiving, mode to receive the help. But like you said, I am nothing without God.
Yes.
We have to go back to His Word and read. Okay, what does Your Word say about this problem?
Yes.
And really just revert back to that to help us to feed our natural body and our spiritual well-being.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, do you have any more questions for me?
I'm excited. I cannot wait to get the book. Yes. I can't wait. And again, because I've done journaling and, man, I have loads of books and things like that. But at the onset, I used to feel rushed Like
Mhm.
each day, if I didn't journal, I would feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not getting,
Yeah.
better, or I'm
Right.
not getting what I need.
What you need. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. And just with wellness, in general, I know we're talking about mental health, but with wellness, it's so many different things that we can do to take care of ourselves. If therapy isn't your thing, maybe you enjoy music,
Yes.
or maybe you enjoy being creative, doing art or coloring. So it's so many different ways that you can find to take care of yourself. So
Yes.
find what works for you.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say. Find what works for you and stick with it.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, thank you for that, Rakita.
Yes.
Tell our audience where they can follow you or find you.
Yes, so you all can follow me on Instagram at Rakita C. Brown. I am also on Facebook at Rakita Brown. So follow me there. I post inspiration related to
Yes.
self-care and mental health.
And one more time, where they can get your book from.
So yes, you can get my book from Amazon. It's called Right to Heal. So you can find that on Amazon, or you can go to my website directly at rightohealbook.com.
Yes. All right. Thank you. This was another episode of Pick Me Up Sis podcast. We thank you guys for watching, and reach out to Rakita.
Yes.
Okay.
So much for hearing
You're
that.
welcome. Thank you.
Okay.
Guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you all for watching.